Good day everyone. I'm Neil Christopher Maramba, BPED 11N. In this presentation, we will explore movement terminologies. First is gliding movement, a type of movement that occurs when two bones slide past each other in a linear direction without any angular and rotary movement. Gliding movement in both wrist or carpal. Gliding movement in both ankle or tarsal. Next is angular movement. Angular movements are produced when the angle between the bones of a joint changes. There are six different types of angular movements. First is flexion, a bending movement that decreases the angle between two bones. Second is extension, a straight movement that decreases the angle between two bones. Third is hyperextension, excessive extension beyond the anatomical position. This is the flexion, extension, and hyperextension of left leg or thigh. And this is the flexion, extension, and hyperextension of head. Fourth is abduction, moving a body part away from the body's midline. Fifth is adduction, moving a body part toward from the body's midline. Lastly is circumduction, a body movement that involves moving a body parts in circular or conical motion. Abduction and adduction of both arms. Abduction and adduction of right and left leg. Circumduction of both shoulder. Circumduction of head. Next is rotational movement. Rotational movement is a circular motion of a body part around a fixed joint, either toward or away from the body's midline. There are two types of rotational movement: internal rotation, also called lateral rotation, and external rotation, also called medial rotation. Internal rotation or medial rotation. This is when a joint rotates toward the body's midline. External rotation or lateral rotation. This is when a joint rotates away from the body's midline. This is the medial and lateral rotation of left arm. This is the medial and lateral rotation of right leg or thigh. Supination, rotation of the forearm and hand so that the palm face forward or upward. Pronation, rotation of the hand and forearm so that the palm faces backwards or downwards. Supination and pronation of both hands. Supination and pronation of both forearm. Inversion, The sole of the foot turns inward toward the body's midline. The word in can help you remember that the sole points inward. Eversion. The sole of the foot turns outward, away from the body's midline. The word avert can help you remember that the sole turns outward. This is the example of inversion and eversion of right foot. Next is dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion occurs when the ankle bends, raising the toes upward. Plantar flexion. Plantar flexion occurs when the ankle bends in the direction that the points the toes and the plantar side of the foot downward. This is the example of dorsiflexion and plantar flexion of left foot. Next is protraction, movement that results in a portion of the body being moved forward on a plane parallel to the ground. Retraction, movement that results in a protracted portion of the body being moved on a parallel plane back to its original position. This is the example of protraction and retraction of mandible. Next is elevation. Elevation refers to the upward movement of a body part. Depression. Depression is a downward movement of a body part. This is the example of elevation and depression of mandible. And this is the example of elevation and depression of shoulder. Lateral flexion. Lateral flexion is a bending of the neck or body toward the right or left side. This is the example of lateral flexion of neck. And this is the example of lateral flexion in spine.